Hey, welcome to Straight to the Point with Broomba. This is episode number 2, the weekly show that I've been doing since last week, along with my other show, Multibox and Power with Broomba. So in this episode, I was thinking about basically what topic I can discuss, or what gaming topic I can actually discuss. It's probably not like multiboxing related or anything of that caliber. So this came to me literally in the last 24, 48 hours. I've been contemplating on trying out the beta invite-in for Terra, and I was going to last night, and I was going to like actually Wednesday night as well. And then last night, actually about 3 hours ago, actually no, about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock this afternoon, I did it. I plunged ahead and bought the pre-order for Terra, and downloaded it. It took about, I guess, 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours to download the patch and the videos and all that. And around 6, 7 o'clock, it was done, and about 7:30, 8 o'clock I tried it out, and it's not bad actually. It's actually an interesting tweak to the so-called MMORPG game, or the MMO gaming world. The graphics are very beautiful to look at, very nice to look at actually, very crisp and pristine, and very polished is the right word. The combat system itself is a little difficult to get used to, or unique to get used to, because it's not the point click like you see in WoW. It's basically is an beta. Your keyboard bindings are preset, so right now you can't change any, or else I would. When I do WoW, I usually do the mouse function, and then the keyboard to perform like 1 2 3 4 5, perform certain functions or whatnot, or spells, or fight or whatever. This, however, is actually different. You actually use the mouse, and you don't use the mouse to move like you do in WoW. You use the keyboard. Now I use the mouse to move in WoW, and any games that do that. This one, however, use the either upper left, right arrow keys, or the WSD keys. The F is basically like your execution key, which is to me my what is it, my left click mouse or something like that. So yeah, it's a little backwards. It's sort of going to get used to. The combat system, of course, I went with the archer, and it's quite interesting. You can't simply like target like you do in WoW, a tab. At least I haven't really experimented with that yet. But I understand you basically have to walk up within a certain range of the enemy or the target you want to kill or shoot at, or attack if you're a melee class, or a spellcaster if you're a spellcaster class. And you make sure you get a bullseye targeted on the target, and this is like 35 meters or whatever it is. Pardon my voice. And then you press the keys. You can actually drag and drop your spell keys into the 1 2 3 4 key binding on your keyboard. So I actually have a couple of arrow shots tagged into 1 and 2. My right mouse click button on the mouse actually is my step back key. Now you can actually move that into like number 4 or 5 or 6 on the keyboard. You can actually left click like the mouse button 3. For instance, like you can actually press. You can put there's a button here. I'm backwards. There it is. Push that button, and actually your guy can actually run forward. But the trick is, you basically, to make him stop, you basically have to literally, because he will just run and run and run. You basically have to move him around, like hold the left arrow. Because once you actually in the moving mode, you can actually hold down the left mouse button and kind of move the screen, but your character is kind of running in the same direction. So you really have no freedom of moving. It's kind of running in a direct line with very limited control over the character once it's moving. Or you can press the down key, or you can press the S or W key, and it kind of stops. And yeah, so it's a very interesting game. It's the gameplay, the interaction with it, with regarding enemies or NPCs or whatnot, and getting quests and turning in quests. It's not like WoW where you can actually go up and tab an NPC or boss like like normally you can do. Which I'm used to. I think most of us are kind of spoiled in that department. You have to move your mouse cursor over to the NPC, press F5, or the left, I think it's the left mouse key, and then it brings up the quest dialog, quest accept or quest turn in, and then you get your items, and you have to push the either left mouse key or the F key. Looting, actually, what is it? When you actually, you automatically get a loot. But then when there's other loots dropping, you have to literally be close to the body and press the F key, and it basically automatically loots it. Kind of like the interact with the target with the my delete key. Once you're in close proximity to the target or the NPC is dead. So yeah, it's an interesting game. It does take several minutes, if not. I mean, I only played for 30 minutes on it. and I liked what I saw. I liked the style of gameplay. I liked the world. I liked the entire setup of the game. It's just a little awkward to get used to that type of MMO game with that style of execution on keyboard and mouse, moving around the world and all sorts of other stuff. So, yeah, it's just one of those interesting concepts that they developed in Terra. It's sort of like WoW, but it's not. They kind of took WoW's premise of moving and interacting with the target and kind of either tweaked it or kind of took it in a different direction. Sorry, my voice. It's like WoW was this way, and then Terra went that way, and then kind of splintered off and went that way. So it's going to take some while to get used to. Of course, it's in beta. The official release is not until May. Of course, with beta pre-ordering, you get beta ends all the weeks. All the weekends, actually, beta servers are open, and it goes on all the way through February, March, and even to middle April. And then the early release for those who got pre-ordering actually gets to play 3 or 4 days before the actual release of the game goes live. So it's like Star Wars, where if you bought the pre-order, you actually is certain time frame, which I didn't do. You got the early beta invite-in, and then you got the early play before the actual game went live. I think on December 20th. So like that weekend or that previous week, the 13th, 14th, and 15th, all the pre-orders got in, and they got to play, and many of them were level 50 by then. The leveling is interesting. There's the level cap is 58. The XP bar is at the bottom of the screen underneath your character profile and underneath the keyboard hotkeys and binds. It's a yellow bar that progresses, and you got your health bar and all that, and you got your target and all that. So it's simplistic in that form of a user interface. I've not messed around too much with moving the stuff around on the screen, like the menu or anything like that. You can control the chat. They got a party, a guild, system, combat log, and whatever it is. Then you can go in there like WoW and kind of set it up, saying I want these only checked off for these, and these only for these. And so you can put it on the party, and you can only listen to the people party talking to you, or the guild. You can read the guild chat, or you can do them all in one big thing and have pretty much everything from A to Z being broadcasted onto your stream or onto that tab. I did mine. I broke mine up into party, guild, combat log, and system. So like, if I want to see the XP and the stuff I get, the loot I get, and all that kind of announcement, I click the system one. If I wanted the guild chat, which I'm in, then you click the guild tab and all that. So it's friendly in that regard. And it's sort of like in the quest actually appear like they do in WoW and Jamba when you use Jamba for the add-on, and it follows on the same UI. Excuse me, the same layout. Like for instance, the HP bar is up at the top left-hand corner, which is let me see. It's actually over here. Yeah, I'm actually doing a little fancy here. And then the other, it's like WoW. It's a setup like WoW, and people have actually tweaked the UI to make it more customizable. I haven't gotten that yet. Like I said, I only played more than an hour on it, and he already reached level 5 actually. So the world you actually start on a small island, a very small island. I mean, a tiny island, and then you progress after there. And there's like 2 different major continents on the left and right of this small island. And as you progress through the game, you actually leave the island. You get a mount at level 10, which I've seen people get, but I haven't gotten there yet. And I don't know. I haven't been beyond the little island yet. And so I don't know what the leveling zones are like. And the bosses and all that, and the quests and all that. There's dungeons in there, so it's this is rather new. Is in the content and what I've been able to see and what others have been able to do and play in the game as of yet. And some of the people I've streamed it on the internet on Twitch.tv, and I've been kind of following along that in the last 2-3 days. And it's only $49. It's a pre-order. I'm already beta in, so I get to try it out. I usually don't do beta invite-ins or anything like that because I don't like to be spoiled. Like a lot of the content, I like to be spoiled when the game goes live. Oh, I've already seen this. Oh, I've already done this. Why do I have to do it again? So I'm not going to really explore too much of the world of Terra for the beta. I wanted to try it out and see what it's like. I like what I've seen so far. The only thing is I have to get used to the combat system, the actual way in which you fight a battle and interact with the target and actually move around the game. That's the only thing that's really not a hang-up, but something that's going to be really, really something to get used to, and something I have not I'm not a big keyboard person regarding moving around with a keyboard. I like to use a mouse. I don't know why. There is an option you can stick in the USB port an Xbox 360 controller, which I have. And I only experimented with it like a minute or two, trying to test it out, and I might try that again to see exactly how friendly it is for me and the person who's playing the game using the controller. If not, maybe I'll go back to the keyboard. And also maybe by the time the game is actually officially released coming May, maybe they'll actually put the implementation system in where you can actually change the user key binders up so you can actually have more control over the keyboard and the mouse and over more your character, because it's like a foreign language. It's like taking everything that's been laid out in WoW and basically reversing and flipping it and kind of going from color to black and white. It's just that reversed, and so it's the smoothness of the game actually is a plus. The graphics in the game is a plus. The loading screens and all that is a plus. Everything graphically and visually, and the execution of the program and the execution of the game itself is a plus. I've not had any lags. I don't know what my FPS was. I've not monitored it yet. A lot of people say they have not really dropped down below, below 5 points on the FPS. I mean, they're up in the 40s and 50s and 60s on the frames per second. So that's a good sign. This is only beta, so who knows? It might change during the actual real game, or it could stay the same and actually be improved. So it's a wait and see game. But if you're interested in Terra, you can go watch people's streams on Twitch. It's like the second or the first most popular stream to watch right now on twitch.tv. Try it out if you want to. I would say give it a shot. I would say put the $50 down or so on and give it a shot. What I've seen so far, what I've done so far, 1 through 5, is not bad. Like I said, it's only getting used to the actual keys and controls and the functionality of your character moving around and interacting with the NPCs and targets and all that. That's going to take a little bit of adjustment to do, and it's going to take more than just an hour or two at a time. So yeah. So there's my topic. It's straight to the point. I came up with this actually show topic literally like an hour ago. It's like, okay, I can do Terra. And so I bought the pre-ordering to Terra, so I get all the beta Vidians. And if you're contemplating this, watch some more streams on Twitch, kind of investigate more per se, research more per se, and take the plunge if you're ready to try it out. I did, and I like it so far. And so that so I decided to do that about 6 hours ago, about 2:33, 3 o'clock. I also bought the Kingdom of Amalur for the PC. That was a new RPG-esque game, role-playing or first-person shooter. Actually, kind of like a hack and slash game of what's that big game that came out? Dragon Hunter. I don't know what it's called. Demon Hunter or Soul Hunter. I don't know what it's called, but it's like that. It was like Gods of War in a way. It's got that feel. I haven't loaded it up yet because, Lord, I got the sore throat Thursday morning and I have not been myself since then. So I'm now getting over some head colds and some drainage and some sinus and some sneezing and some moments where I want to go to bed and sleep for hours, which I have done off and on today. So yeah, check out Terra. Go online or check it out yourself. Put the $40-50 down. That's right now. It's not bad. I do have Star Wars. I have not loaded it or installed it or executed an account. I'm gonna probably wait for a couple more months or so if the game doesn't collapse and the game goes offline. That would be bad. Wasted $60 on that. I guess I can take it back for a refund. Yeah, the only problem that I have with Star Wars it's keeping me from playing right now is the constant sort of lag. Now I don't know how big a lag is in many of the leveling campaigns, the experience, the actual story modes. Probably not so much as it is in the instances or flashpoints or the PvP or the N-rate content. So it might be okay for the 1 through 50 leveling, which I'm not going to spam the spacebar. No, I'm going to actually do that gradually. And I don't know, I might do a PvP, PvE, two different servers there. Like I said, I haven't decided when to start that, but I plan to probably in the next 2-3 months or 4 months from now. And yeah, so be on the lookout for this video. It's going up on YouTube, and so that takes care of my videos this week regarding the shows. I'll be back tomorrow afternoon, probably before I go to bed, or sometime after the cable internet guy comes and leaves. Do my my Broomba's Corner. Probably dealing with the internet speed and all that, and then Sunday, once again, So that's that. So anyway, yeah. The thing today is Terra, and yeah, check it out yourself if you're interested in it. So with that in mind, I'll see you guys online.